Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 17th of October. Well, we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. They run to around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks, and that gets us just about to the beginning of November, actually. I'll get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first. Video release day was our 6M UK weather forecast. We've also released the week ahead forecast and the EC42 day. Please check out all of today's videos and content, and thank you so much everybody for doing that. Hope you're having a lovely Saturday. By the way, we need to put around 6 subscribers. That is all, just 6. 5 or 6 subs will get us to 17,000. So we're so close to 17k. We may hit it this weekend. If not, it'll probably be early next week. So please give us a sub. Tell your friends and family to subscribe. And thank you so much everybody for doing that. Right, okay, so I'm going to start off with chocolate latte. We've lost Philippe now, so we've just got this yellow X just here, that disturbance 1. Made 20% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days, but a 70% chance in the next 7 days. So that could well be the next one that we've got to watch. We'll keep you updated on that next week, of course. Now, we covered this in the weekend forecast, but I thought we'd have a look at it for this video as well. We've got a huge temperature contrast across the country today. Very unusual to see such a wide range of temperature. So we are ranging from 5 to 25 degrees. These are the latest temperature observations at NHC Weather. There is 5 degrees only at Loch Glasgow, where it is presumably pouring with rain, and also other parts of Scotland, Aviemore at 6 degrees, Boyne at 7, Aberdeen at 8, Tulloch Bridge at 9, Shathallan at 9, Wick at 9, Kirkwall at Kirkwall at 9 degrees. So very cold in the north, like November or even a winter day really there. Further south, we've got 25 degrees, rushing away at Headcorn Aerodrome, 77 Fahrenheit, 23 at London Gatwick, 23 at London Heathrow, 22 at Oxford, and even into the Midlands, 21 at Church Lawford and 21 at Wittering. Into Wales, not quite as warm at Stony Bridge, it's 16 degrees there, Lake Birmingham at 16, still doing pretty good for time of the year though. So, you know, absolutely massive temperature contrast across the country today. And that temperature contrast is being fueled by torrential rain across all. That temperature contrast is fueling torrential rain across Scotland. So a taste really of winter actually today across Scotland, while summer lingers further south. Check out the weekend forecast to see more about that and what's going to be happening in the coming week. Central temperature is starting to lift back up again. We're now sitting at 14.8, which is 4.3 degrees above average. That will be going back into the 15s over the next few days. So more very warm weather on the way. Back provisional to the 6th of October. Thought we'd do a little bit of CET Saturday. Why not? So this is central temperature page from Hadley, go all the way back to 1659. If we come down to the latest year, 2023, we can see that we have September there at 17, same as June at 17, July at 16.1, and August at 6.4. Very strange year to say, but at least October's number will be placed there. So recently we have had some very warm Octobers. Last year at 12.8 was exceptionally warm, and at 12.0 in 2021 was also warm. Our last average October was in 2020 at 10 degrees, and our last cold and average October was in 2019 at 9.8. 2018 at 10.5, that was about average too. Very warm October in 2017, 12.2. And the last really chilly October, I think, was actually 2012, just here, which comes in at 9.5. The warmest October on record was back in 2001. That one came out at 13.2. So that still holds a CT record. We got very close to that in 2005 at 13 degrees. Of course, had a really warm October in 1995 as well. That one came out at 12.7. Also had a very warm couple of Octobers back in the 1960s. So we've got 1968 here at 12.5. Then we've got 1969, which for a long time was the warmest October on record. That came out at 13.1, but was just pipped by October 2001. On the cold side, well, we had a very cold October in 1974 at 7.6. Our last really cold October, I think, was probably, let's see if we can find it. So that would probably be, we had two very cold Octobers in 92 and 93. So we have 1992 at 7.7. That's a very cold October, lots of early season frost, and also a very cold October in 1993 as well at 8.3. And these were the last times we had like genuinely cold autumns. Really, 1993 was our last genuinely cold autumn. What about 2010? So that October came out at 10.2, so that's close to average, really, but did have some chilly nights. And 2011, of course, was a very warm October at 12.5. That one had an early heat wave. But yeah, for the last really cold Octobers, you've got to go back to 1992 and 1993. The coldest October in the 20th century was back in 1905, just here. That came out at 7.1. However, we have had colder Octobers than that going back into the mix of time. Actually, the coldest October for the CET record overall was in the extraordinarily cold winter, or cold year, but did have an extraordinarily cold winter of 1740. There it is, the historic year of 1740, which is just about the coldest year that they've got on, but we've got in the CET record, I think, at 6.9, and of course had January at -2.8, February at -1.6. So you know, it was an extraordinarily cold winter in 1740, and the rest of the year was abnormally cold as well. And October had a CET of 5.3 within that exceptionally cold year. November at 3.3 was also really cold as well. So very, very cold autumn. And the summer was pretty poor as well. We have August at just 4.7, July at 5.3, June at 12.8, May at 8.6, April 6.4, March 3.9, September 14.0. That probably isn't too bad. That's the only month of the year, really. September 1740, but wasn't too bad. But the rest of it was very, very cold. December 2.2, also pretty chilly. But yeah, that's the coldest October on record, 5.3. We will not be getting anywhere close to October 1740 this year. I think we'll be closer to 2001 this year than we will to 1740. But anyway, we'll keep you informed. That's how the CET looks for October, and that is your CET Saturday. I hope you enjoyed that section of the video. Right, let's do some forecasting. So starting with Penn State 500 millibar Height Anomalies from Penn State University. I haven't looked at these for a little while. Got the ECWF on the top, and the GFS is down there on the bottom. 500 millibars, 18,000 feet is an area in the atmosphere where high pressure and low pressure are being moved around by the jet stream running above. Blue extrapolates to below average height, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange, and red to above average height, which is high pressure. These are for the 7 to 10 day time frame. You can see the ECM looks unsettled, low pressure to the north, and we're bringing the jet stream through the country. So return of the westerlies there, particularly so for northern regions. And the GFS is very similar. So maybe even a little bit deeper with the low pressure, really, but they're both Atlantic driven. They're both suggesting that we're going into a period of mobility and a period of low pressure coming in from off the Atlantic. So I think when we get through to the middle of this coming week and beyond, we are going to see autumn arriving. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. The next couple of weeks, red line is 30-year upper air temperature average for Northampton, starting off above average with the upper air temperature at the moment. They're going to be generally trending downwards over the next week, I think. So as we get into the middle part of October, we find that the upper air temperatures have returned to normal, and then they're hovering close to average then into the second half of the month. So clearly there is a decline in those upper air temperatures from the abnormally warm weather that we've got at the moment back to much more autumnal conditions, and that will be accompanied by a return of rain as well. So for the next few days, plenty of dry weather to come to the middle of this week, away from Scotland of course, but from midweek onwards it looks like we have plenty of rainfall spikes then. So, through the middle part of the month but into the second half of the month, plenty of rain to come with those temperatures on a cooling trend as well. Temperature anomalies from the 7th to 15th of October are going to be above average, and precipitation anomalies from the 7th to 15th of October drier than average for Ireland, England and Wales, but wetter than average for Scotland. A lot of that is down to what's happening today, I would have thought, though, across Scotland. Latest Windflow Map from nullschool.net shows where we've got the weather front. So the front is strung out through here. So to the north of that, we're bringing in these chilly winds from the northeast, almost feeling wintry. To the south of that front, we're drawing up the wind from the south, and the air, is very warm, and the summer continues to linger for now. So, going through chart data, Ensemble UK Met Euro run is looking midnight on Tuesday. High pressure south, low pressure to the north. Still looking pretty warm across most parts of the country. The cold front then starts to advance across the country as we go through Wednesday. So a band of rain will push southwards. And then into Thursday and Friday, we find that get a ridge of high pressure within cooler air before low pressure starts coming in from off the Atlantic. So we end up looking quite wet, windy and autumnal there through Friday up to midnight on Saturday. Icon, again, with that warm ridge still in control for Tuesday. Declining though Wednesday to Thursday. The cold front pushing southeast was introducing cooler air across the country. Better ridge build through from Thursday towards Friday before low pressure returns at the end of the week and into next weekend. Got an unsettled look to the weather with showers on spells of rain and cooler temperatures as well. GFS midnight run. Excuse me. My voice isn't very good today, so I've still got the winter update to do as well. So that's why I'm talking a little bit quieter. So you may need to turn your speakers or your headphones because I'm trying to preserve my voice because I've got the winter update to do in a couple of hours' time. Anyway, I'm hoping my voice holds it out. The GFS midnight run, again with that ridge of high pressure, bringing lots of warm weather through the early part of next week, but Wednesday's a changeover day. Cold front comes southeast, which brings a band of rain, and behind it turns cooler. Into the end of the coming week, low pressure pushing in from off the Atlantic, that brings spells of rain with it, and then more low pressure heads in from off the Atlantic over the weekend towards the beginning of next week, with further wet weather to come. Looking rather cool and showery at day 10, which of course is the 17th of October, Gav's birthday, and into the more extended range, and high pressure begins to take over and turns us dry. That's not necessarily overly warm though. I think that will deliver some pretty chilly nights. The high pressure eventually moving up towards Scandinavia, starting to pull in an easterly wind. Remember, that's 23rd of October. Easters in the second half of October are not going to be excessively warm, I wouldn't have thought. So that could have a little bit of chill to it. The GFS 6Z, again, with that ridge still in the ascendancy for Tuesday, but Wednesday for changeover day. Cold front comes southwards, brings a band of rain, introduces cooler air. Ridge back in within that cooler air on Thursday, and then low pressure back in through Friday into Saturday, bringing outbreaks of rain across the country. Into the weekend, at the beginning of next week, more low pressure, particularly across the south, this time threatening heavy rain perhaps for England and Wales later on next weekend. And then same idea, high pressure trying to reach in within cooler air, though no sign of a return to the excessive warm conditions we've got at the moment. Possibly, if any ridge does build in, actually into the second half of October, it might start to deliver some quite cold nights. And then low pressure back in from off the Atlantic, bringing further outbreaks of rain, I think, as we move towards the end of the GFS midnight run. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. why not drop a comment? Let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. And don't get champions about GavsWeatherVids. Ask them to subscribe. We need to put on just 5 or 6 subscribers to get to 17k. Our next 1,000 is imminent. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. GM, again, with that high pressure ridge, still bringing the warm weather on Tuesday, but the cold front breaks it down through Wednesday and Thursday into the end of the week, looking quite unsettled. Low pressure bringing further spells of rain in from off the Atlantic, much cooler with the temperatures as well. And heading up towards day 10, just a much cooler and much more unsettled look to the weather. Really low pressure to the north and northeast, low pressure is to our south and west as well. So, just generally a significantly cooler and more unsettled look to the weather between around day 6 and 10. And then the ECMWS still with that warm ridge in the south on Tuesday, on its way out through Wednesday and Thursday. The cold front comes southeast, was introducing cooler air, ridge of high pressure, trying to get in on Thursday, but is actually replaced by this low developing on Friday and pushing in from off the Atlantic. Next weekend looks a little bit unsettled further north, drier patch further southwards, heading towards days 9 and 10. Start building a ridge through the country. That's quite a chilly ridge though, so by day 10 I reckon that could be delivering some quite cold nights, especially so up in the north. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from meteo.com. Here's today's deluge for Scotland. Meanwhile, much of Northern Ireland, England and Wales should be mostly dry. The rain continues overnight and into tomorrow, just gradually moving away later tomorrow. And then we're into drier weather through the early part of next week before more wet weather starts coming in off the Atlantic towards the middle part of next week. And then rain starts pushing up from the south later next week, bringing some heavy rain in across England and Wales. And that rain pushes northwards as we get towards the end of next week and into next weekend. So showery from the north, a little bit drier down in the south, but all in all, a much more unsettled and cooler outlook here. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from meteo.com. No, what am I talking about? These are the options on the table within the ECM Ensemble today for day 10. Gets us to the 17th of October. 36 members of the ECM Ensembles with a ridge of high pressure building up from the south, and low pressure is out to the west. So looking rather cool. Wind direction with that is like northerly, but ridge probably brings something a little bit drier, but it's a lot cooler. And 15, a bit stronger with that ridge sitting just to our west, so that's drier, but again is pretty cool. And then in 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got, and it gets us to the 22nd of October. 14 members of the ECM Ensembles with deep low pressure in the Atlantic, and have been wet and windy weather in from off the Atlantic. 12 with low pressure over the country and into Western Europe as well. That looks very unsettled too. 9 with low pressure to our north and west, so very unsettled with that. 6 with low pressure running to the south. High pressure is blocking between Greenland and Scandinavia, so that very unsettled, but also probably bringing some quite cold air from the east, certainly chilly air from the east. 5 though, very different, under high pressure, mostly dry, probably quite chilly, and another 5 actually with a Scandinavian high, and that's pulling in the wind from what could be quite a cool easterly direction. I think we're going to descend into autumn here next week, and I think when we descend into autumn, that's it probably. Never say never, but I think this is it. From around Wednesday, Thursday, I think autumn, the final descent into autumn, it will be with us. And if we do get any high pressure building in after that, we may well do, but if we do, I think it will be a significantly cooler ridge than we've experienced through this autumn so far. Right, 500 millibar height anomalies from a CFS B2. Finally, we to break down into week periods. The first week period takes from the 7th 13th of October. This next week will have high pressure ridging through West Europe into the North Atlantic, low pressure to the northeast and out into the Atlantic. Mostly dry, very warm until around Wednesday, then cooler. This is week 2. It's the 14th to the 20th of October. More of an influence from low pressure to the north and west, so gradually breaking down the ridge and starting to become more unsettled. Week 3. Now, what I was saying about the final descent into autumn, not necessarily. This is the 21st 27th of October. High pressure then is to our east, low pressure is to the west. So it's probably quite unsettled, but would be bringing up the wind again from the south. So maybe we'll have another portion of warm. We'll have to wait and see. And then finally, week 4 is the 28th of October to the 3rd of November. The high pressure is in over Scandinavia. The wind is going into the east. So drier, definitely with that. Potentially colder as well, though, if the air starts coming in more north of east. Anyway, that will have a chill to it by the time we get through to the end of October and the beginning of November. Maybe we will have our first widespread frost of the season. We shall see. Okay, we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Ask them to subscribe too. And we thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, I just said coming up on our channel tomorrow, 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. Yes, we've got the 6th winter update. I've got to get on with that in a couple of hours' time. So, update number 6 for winter 2023-24 will be released at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Latest instalment of the winter update. It's going to be another epic, as long as my voice holds out. And then, hopefully, we'll be live streaming at 6 p.m. tomorrow. I have to say, I'm not feeling 100%. So I'll let everybody know tomorrow if we're doing it live, but hopefully we'll be able to. I may take a couple of days off next week. I don't want to do a live stream tomorrow, but I might take Monday and Tuesday off next week and, try and get myself feeling a little bit more like it, because I've been feeling a bit off colour for a few days now. So I'm fine, it's nothing serious, but I might take a couple of days off next week. But in any case, I shall let everybody know. And tomorrow, well, we've definitely got 6 a.m. UK weather forecast, and we will have the winter update as well. You enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and for this one, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.